Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday morning, June the 14th, and time once again for the mailbag. I hope you guys have had a great week and a great weekend. I know, once again, been a little while since I have uploaded, but I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things in terms of creating and uploading content. Long back from vacation and discovering that home life is full of adventures. I've had at least one busted pipe that is requiring a complete bathroom remodel. That's joy. Lots of fun. Yeah. So things like that, just lots of stuff that I'm dealing with in terms of like real life adulting, but at the same time, I've been getting some good reading done. And so for the mailbag this time, I've decided to sort of split it between this week and next week because I have gotten such a huge volume of e-arcs that I thought about it and I'm like, I just don't want to mess with that right now. I'm sorry, you guys, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on the e-arcs for next Monday's episode on the 21st, and then I'm going to show you the physicals that I've gotten today. So this will be a shorter than average mailbag, maybe a bit of a relief, but there should still be some really cool and interesting things in it. If you missed the previous mailbag, please go and watch that after you're done with this one. And then, of course, for the rest of this week, I'm going to be getting ahead with those review uploads that are long delayed, long overdue. So, all the stuff that I mentioned in my last community post. So, going to be a busy week ahead, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But for now, I'm going to stop yammering and get into these books. And the first of these is in from Simon & Schuster. Feels like a little hardback, so... And this is a hardback YA title. This is one I think that has actually been around in stores now for a little while. In fact, I just looked inside. I think it was an April release. So this may have been one of the ones that came in while I was off on vacation, and I've only just now, gotten it from the mail. So here it is, better late than never, right? It's called The Infinity Quartz. The author is Akemi Don Bowman. Anyway, it goes like this. It says, Nami Miyamoto is certain her life is just beginning. She has a great family, just graduated high school, and is on her way to a party where her entire class is waiting for her, including, most importantly, the boy she's been in love with for years. Okay, so far, so routine in terms of YA, right? But the only problem, she's murdered before she gets there. When Nami wakes up, she learns she's in a place called Infinity, where human consciousness goes when physical bodies die. She quickly discovers that Ophelia, a virtual assistant widely used by humans on Earth, has taken over the afterlife and is now posing as a queen, forcing humans into servitude the way she'd been forced to serve in the real world. Even worse, Ophelia is, it says, Ophelia is inching, kind of hard. Why print, dark metallic red on a black background, guys? I get that design is a thing, but this is difficult to read, even in this light. It says Ophelia is inching closer and closer to accomplishing her grand plans of eradicating human existence once and for all. As Nami works with a team of rebels to bring down Ophelia and save the humans under her imprisonment, she is forced to reckon with her past, her future, and what it is that truly makes us human. From award-winning author Akemi Don Bowman comes an incisive, action-packed tale that explores big questions about technology, grief, love, and humanity. Okay, so a new spin on the evil AI trope, as it were. But it's The Infinity Quartz, and the author is Akemi Don Bowman, and it's out right now from Simon & Schuster. And next up, we have this little package with Amazon logos all over it. So that usually means a new horror book from Silver Shamrock Publishing. And this looks to be a novelette or a short novel called Ride or Die. The author is James Newman, and it goes like this. It says, Amelia Fletcher is a good girl. She's a straight-A student, second chair in her middle school chorus, and she never uses the Lord's name in vain. But a few days ago, she discovered that Dad has been cheating on her mom. Uh-oh. For the first time in her life, Amelia decides she would like to know what it feels like to be a bad girl just for one night. With the help of her BFFs, Cassie and Feline, she plans to teach Dad's other woman a lesson. It's harmless fun, right? An evening of teenage mischief. When all is said and done, the homewrecker will go away and never come back. Only then can Amelia's family begin to repair what has been broken. However, this is no ordinary affair, and the trio could never expect the horrors that await them inside the house on Callahan Drive. All right. Sounds very much like an homage to maybe 80s style horror, but it's called Ride or Die, and the author is James Newman, coming out from Silver Shamrock Publishing. And next up, a couple of these white envelopes, and that usually means Macmillan. Yep, sure enough, 2 books from Tor, and the first of these is the finished copy in hardcover of a new book called The Library of the Dead. The author is T.L. Huchu, and this has just come out. It came out on the 1st of the month, so a couple weeks ago. It says, take a trip to the very dark and magical side of Scotland. In this book, that's the first in a captivating new series. The Library of the Dead introduces us to young Ropa, a winning narrator who instantly becomes whole and indelible by the end of the first page, wise and seasoned beyond her years, as formed by modern Scotland as she is by her ancestral home Zimbabwe, and soon tossed into a world of danger, magic, and dark discovery. Ropa dropped out of school to become a ghost talker, and they sure do love to talk. How now she speaks to Edinburgh's dead, carrying messages to those they left behind. A girl's got to earn a living, and it seems harmless enough until, that is, the dead whisper that someone's bewitching children, leaving them husks, empty of joy and strength. It's on Ropa's patch, so she feels honor-bound to investigate. But what she learns will rock her world. Ropa will dice with death, as she calls on Zimbabwean magic and Scottish pragmatism to hunt down clues. And although underground Edinburgh hides a wealth of dark secrets, she also discovers an occult library, a magical mentor, and some unexpected allies. Yet as shadows lengthen, will the hunter become the hunted? T.L. Huchu combines intricate world-building and fantasy elements with a dark and chilling thriller, and adds in unique elements of myth and magic. It's a perfect combination that will keep you rapt as you venture through graveyards, back alleys, and of course the very daunting stacks of the Library of the Dead. Oh, this I gotta admit, this sounds like it could really be a blast, and it's out now in hardcover from Tor. And next up we have this massive arc for a new book that Tor is really getting behind. They're pouring on the hype machine for this one in a big way because James Rollins is an established best-selling author of like adventure, fantasy, that kind of thing. Usually sold as, mainstream. But this is coming out from Tor. This is probably the single most advanced review copy I've ever gotten for anything, because this comes out on January the 4th, 2022. So a lot of time to plan for this one. Anyway, as you see, it's called The Starless Crown. And what does it say about itself? James is returning to his roots for a masterwork that's been 8 years in the making, one he considers the pinnacle of his career. This is book 1 of the Moonfall series, and it's a concept he could only tackle after honing his storytelling skills over the course of 2 decades of writing. In writing this book, James Rollins merged his fascination with the natural world, his love of adventure, and his knowledge of the wonders found at the evolutionary fringes of scientific exploration. As both a practicing veterinarian, oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And an avid spelunker and diver, James drew from his own first-hand knowledge when creating the world of the Moonfall series. Okay. So, The Starless Crown, all the way into January, but maybe you can make your plans early, from Tor Books. Okay, so moving on down the stack, looks like these next few are from Random Penguin. And the first of these is the finished copy in hardcover of a book called Scorpion. The author is Christian Cantrell. And I believe that I have already showcased this on the Mailbag as an e-arc, but here we have the physical. And so I'll just read it again to refresh everyone's memories. How about? Let's see, there's no sell sheets. So, anyway, it says, Quinn Mitchell is a 9-to-5 spy, an intelligence analyst for the CIA during the day, and a suburban wife and mother on evenings and weekends. After her young daughter is killed in an accident, sending her life into a tailspin and unraveling her marriage, Quinn hopes to make a new start in her latest assignment, investigating a series of bizarre international assassinations whose victims have been found with numeric codes tattooed, burned, or carved into their flesh. That's extreme. As Quinn follows the killer's trail across the globe, always one body behind, she begins to uncover disturbing connections between the murders and herself. Every lead she follows brings Quinn one step closer to the Epoch Index, or maybe the Epoch Index. I've heard it pronounced both ways, EPOCH. Pronounce it as you will. We don't have to debate it, okay? Anyway, this is a mysterious message discovered in the archives of the Large Hadron Collider. Its origins are unknown, and decrypting it is beyond even the CIA. Yet nothing else can possibly link together a slew of unsolvable murders, an enigmatic and sophisticated serial killer who always seems just out of reach, a quirky young physics prodigy, and, underlying everything, the inescapable tragedy of Quinn's own past. Discovering the meaning of the Epoch Index leads Quinn to a shocking twist that shatters everything she thought she knew about the past, the future, and the delicate balance of right and wrong that she must now fight to preserve. And it all unfolds in Scorpion by Christian Cantrell from Random Penguin. Next. Now, this is one that I've been eyeballing, and it's nice to have the physical of it. This is a new book by Terry Miles called Rabbits. And it's from Del Rey. It looks to be a kind of satirical sort of scientific thing. It says Cory Doctorow likes it. It says it's a taut mystery for a time of conspiratorial madness. So let's see. Let's see what's hopping in this book. Oh, come on, that was a good one. Anyway, forget it. It says, a deadly underground game might just be altering reality itself in this all-new adventure set in the world of the hit Rabbits podcast. Okay, well, that shows you how out of the loop I am on podcasts, because I don't know this one. Anyway, it's an average workday. You've been wrapped up in a task, and you check the clock when you come up for air. 4:44 p.m. You check your email, and 44 unread messages have built up. With a shock, you realize the date is April 4th, 4-4. And when you get in your car to drive home, your odometer reads 44,444. Coincidence? Or have you just seen the edge of a rabbit hole? Rabbits is a mysterious alternate reality game so vast, it uses the entire world as its canvas. Since the game started in 1959, 10 iterations have appeared, and 9 winners have been declared. The identities of these winners are unknown. So is their reward, which is whispered to be NSA or CIA recruitment, vast wealth, immortality, or perhaps even the key to the secrets of the universe itself. But the deeper you get, the more dangerous the game becomes. Players have died in the past, and the body count is rising. And the 11th round is just about to begin. Enter Kay, a rabbit's obsessive who has been trying to find a way into the game for years. The path opens when Kay is approached by billionaire Alan Scarpio, rumored to be the winner of the 6th iteration. Scarpio says that something has gone wrong with the game and that Kay needs to fix it before 11 starts, or the whole world will pay the price. 5 days later, Scarpio is declared missing. 2 weeks after that, Kay blows the deadline. 11 begins. And suddenly, the fate of the entire universe is at stake. So then, another game-themed story. Yeah, I like the sound of this. It's called Rabbits, and it's by Terry Miles, and it is coming from Del Rey Books. Let me know in the comments. And the final package is this big old bear from the Hatchet Group. Oh, great. It's nice to have this one in the house in physical form. This is the finished copy of The Shadow of the Gods, new series opener by John Gwynne. Very excited to get into this one, although, like I said in my recent community post, I am very kind of focused on science fiction right now in my reading, but when it's time for fantasy again, this one is pretty much going to be at the top of the stack, I think. This is the first volume in a new series called The Bloodsworn. And as you see, you have a dragon right here who looks to mean business, and I really don't see how this tiny little man is going to do anything about it. But on the back it says, Legends tell of the great long-ago Battle of the Gods. From master storyteller John Gwynne comes a Norse-inspired epic of blood and vengeance. When the gods fought, it was a battle so savage they destroyed themselves, leaving nothing but their bones and the broken land of Vigrid in their wake. Now, as whispers of war echo over the fjords and across the plains, fate follows in the footsteps of 3 warriors, a huntress on a perilous quest, a noblewoman pursuing battle fame, and a thrall seeking retribution among the mercenaries known as the Bloodsworn. All 3 will change the course of the world as it once more falls under the shadow of the gods. And so this one, I believe, is out now from Orbit in trade paperback. John Gwynne, Shadow of the Gods. And there you have it. That's all I got this week on the mailbag, so you guys know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you and which you would like to see me prioritize for review. And if you enjoyed watching, please just hit the like button, share the video far and wide with all of your SFF reading friends, and above all, please sub if you have not done so. That is how the channel grows. You can also support the channel at my TeePublic store and at my Patreon, where recruits into Wink's Army get little perks like getting early access on some of my videos. I use the Patreon money to pay Matt Olson, who is the wonderful, brilliantly gifted channel artist of mine who does all of my amazing thumbnails. So I want to thank you all very much for the additional support if you're one of my Patreons. I want to thank all the rest of you guys for being the very best viewers on all of BookTube, and until I see all of you next time, please stay safe and healthy and happy reading.